Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Not that I didn't expect you all, but I was definitely expecting my team to arrive before we began the presentation. You see, my team and I have been working on this presentation to talk about how relating to others in a group is imperative to success. We planned on meeting prior to this presentation, but ultimately they have not made themselves available. So we're going to go ahead without them. This is why relating to others in groups is so important. In this presentation, we will go over how roles, norms, and trust are vital in virtual groups. As you can see, this video may come in handy in my own group. My name is Isabel Moreno, and I have been providing teaching seminars regarding virtual group work and how to set up foundations for success. In this seminar, we will talk about how establishing roles, norms, and trust come hand in hand to setting up endless possibilities for greatness within your virtual team. These three things are foundational and necessary. Let's go ahead. A clock is a great analogy for understanding the importance of roles in a virtual group. Just like the components of a clock, gears, springs, hands, and batteries, each role in a team has specific functions that contribute to the overall success of that group. Roles are essential to virtual groups because they provide structure, clarity, accountability, ensuring the team can collaborate effectively despite physical separation. Now, what are some reasons why roles are important? Great. Organization. Organization is a great reason. What are some other reasons? Efficiency. Yes, that is perfect. Let's go ahead and take an in-depth look at the importance of these roles. Organization. Clearly defined roles help team members understand their responsibilities. This eliminates any confusion within the group and makes it easier to assign tasks. Accountability. When roles are clearly defined, it is easier to hold members accountable for their contributions. Everyone knows who is responsible for what. This also opens up easier channels of communication. Conflict resolution. Not having assigned roles can lead to misunderstandings and conflict. Roles minimize the opportunity for disputes. Efficiency. Assigning roles ensures that tasks are distributed based on members' strengths and expertise. Enhancement of communication. Since face-to-face communication is difficult to conduct in virtual groups, role aids in guiding a pathway to communication. Someone in your virtual group may even take on the role of scribe to help keep track of everything being said. Flexibility. When challenges arise, and yes, they're bound to arise even in the best of situations, having predefined roles allows a group to respond effectively or even make changes within the roles when deemed necessary. Now, I'm going to show you a quick video that demonstrates the importance of roles. I want you to take the time to examine the video and see which roles you can observe.
Oh no! I'm lost! Where's the line? It just went away. What do I do?
Help!
We'll be stuck here forever.
Do not panic! Do not panic! We are trained professionals. Now stay calm. We are going around the leaf.
Around the leaf? I don't think we can do that.
Oh, nonsense. This is nothing compared to the twig of 93. That's it. That's it. Good. You're doing great. There you go. There you go. Watch my eyes. Don't look away. And here's the line again.
Thank you, Mr. Soil.
Good job, everybody.
Oh, my, there's quite a gap, Mr. Soil. Shouldn't we tell the Queen?
I don't think we need to involve the Queen in this. She's got enough on her plate already. Training her daughter.
Oh, yes, Princess Ada, the poor dear.
Now, while incredibly entertaining, the movie A Bug's Life is a great illustration of roles. Ants are an excellent example of teamwork because their highly organized and cooperative behaviors allow them to achieve complex tasks far beyond the capability of a single individual. Ant colonies have clearly defined roles, and this is what makes them a prime example of group work. Let's take a closer look at the roles we saw portrayed in that video. Follower. Now, the follower role in virtual group work is crucial because it supports the group's overall functioning and helps translate plans into action. In this video, we recognize that the ant has been stopped by a leaf. That is our follower. They are maintaining momentum and keeping the group of ants behind them moving forward, even when threatened by the leaf. In virtual group work, the follower role is just as vital as leadership. Effective followers ensure the plans are being executed smoothly and the team maintains a steady cooperative rhythm, even in a remote setting. Now I want to look at two roles that often work hand in hand, the energizer and the encourager. The energizer role in virtual group work is pivotal for maintaining enthusiasm, focus, and momentum within the team. This role ensures that the group remains motivated, productive, and especially in remote environments where isolation is bound to happen. The energizer also supports the team when they get sidetracked or lose motivation. The energizer redirects energy back to the task at hand, ensuring progress. Now, the encourager role is vital for a group as well. They foster a positive and inclusive environment where all members feel valued and supportive. This role helps maintain team morale, encourages participation, and strengthens group cohesion, which is particularly important in remote settings where interpersonal connections can be harder to sustain. Now, the encourager acknowledges and praises contributions, boosting individuals and team confidence. In this scenario, the ant that comes rushing in to help our follower ant in distress is the energizer and the encourager. They help the ants stay on track by emphasizing goals, celebrating progress, and pushing for timely action. The energizer role that this ant takes on is obvious, especially in difficult times. He's kept the group motivated and resilient by emphasizing solutions and opportunities instead of looking at the obstacle. This ant also plays the role of encourager. After redirecting his team to continue the group, he acknowledges and praises the follower, boosting individual and team confidence. This was a perfect portrayal of how one role was vital to the success of a whole team. Now for the summarizer. Commonly, the summarizer role in virtual group is critical for ensuring clarity, alignment, and progress. This role involves consolidating information, recapping discussions, and distilling key points so the team stays on the same page, especially in a remote setting where communication can be fragmented. Virtual groups can suffer from misunderstandings due to the lack of nonverbal cues. Summarizers work to ensure key points are accurately captured and conveyed. The ant carrying the flower is our summarizer. She mentions having to summarize what has occurred in the group while our leader is away. She wants to make sure that the leader in this scenario is provided a recap of what has occurred. Now, for the leader. The leader, although we didn't see her physically portrayed, we are aware of her presence. This is reminiscent of how, at times during virtual group work, not everyone is involved. In virtual group work, the leader role is essential for guiding the team towards its goals, fostering collaboration, and ensuring smooth functioning despite the challenges of remote work. The leader is responsible for providing direct direction, maintaining motivation, and supporting team members in a way that drives productivity and cohesion in a virtual environment. Leaders define the team's objectives, clarify roles, and set expectations for behavior and performance, ensuring everyone understands their responsibility. Leaders must be able to manage tasks, track progress, and ensure that all pieces of the project are moving forward. Now, our queen ant in this scenario is our leader. The queen ant plays a unique leadership role in an ant colony, allowing her responsibilities to differ significantly from human leadership roles. Her presence represents continuity and ensures the colony's future, just as a strong organizational leader secures the success of a virtual group. The queen's presence ensures the continuity and survival of the colony. Now, there is one final role that we have not talked about, but it is a very important one to recognize. Does anyone know which role so far we've recapped and identified is left out? Yes, the leaf emulates the role of a blocker. The blocker role refers to individuals who hinder progress or disrupt group dynamics. Blockers can present in different ways and for various reasons, but their impact is generally negative, slowing down decision making, stalling progress, or even preventing the group from achieving its goals. It is important to recognize the signs of a blocker in your own groups. Blockers in virtual groups may show signs of disengagement or uninterest. This could manifest as them not participating in discussion, missing meetings, or providing minimal feedback that doesn't contribute to solving problems or advancing group objectives. The leaf that drops abruptly stops the plan at place, leading followers to fight behind. It is discouraging and creates a sense of mistrust within the group. Dealing with a blocker in a virtual group is a delicate balance between maintaining team harmony and ensuring that the group continues to progress. By being proactive, empathetic, and solution-oriented, you can often resolve the issues constructed and help the individual contribute positively to the team. Now, if the blocker role persists, addressing it more formally is necessary for the overall health of the group. Norms. Norms in a virtual group are the shared expectations and informal rules that guide behavior, communication, and interactions. These norms are often established consciously or unconsciously and are crucial for maintaining order, collaboration, and productivity in virtual settings. These norms may vary depending on the group's purpose, size, and cultural background. Establishing them early can help prevent misunderstandings and promote a positive, productive virtual work environment. Let's go ahead and look at some of the ones that I have listed. Now you'll see promote clarity and structure. This one refers to the process of establishing clear guidelines and an organized framework for how a virtual group operates. This ensures that every member understands their role, responsibility, and how to contribute effectively. Now, enhances communication. This means that establishing norms in a virtual group improves how group members share information, express ideas, and collaborate. It ensures that communication is clear, efficient, and respectful, addressing the challenges of virtual settings where face-to-face cues are absent. Fosters trust and respect. This refers to how norms in a virtual group create an environment where members feel valued, respected, and confident in each other's abilities and intentions. This foundation of trust and mutual respect is crucial for the collaboration. Improves productivity. This means that establishing norms in a virtual group helps streamline workflow, reduce inefficiencies, and ensure that the team works together effectively to achieve goals. Supports accountability. This means that norms in a virtual group help ensure that all members take responsibility for their actions, fulfill their roles, and meet their commitments. Manages conflict. This means that norms are there to pre-establish guidelines for addressing disagreements, ensuring that conflict is resolved constructively rather than harming the group's dynamics. Now that we have a little more understanding about group norms, I want you all to put on your investigator caps and watch the next video. Go ahead and see why norms are important and where not establishing norms made this group go wrong. What led to frustration? What could have been done differently? Go ahead and let me know. Wow, that texting thread escalated pretty quickly. Now you can see why it happened, how it happened. But the miscommunication and frustration that resulted from my initial text can be directly linked to the lack of established norms for communication within this group. Now, let's see what went wrong. 1. There was a lack of clarity in addressing the message. Without norms in place, there is no standard for addressing specific individuals in group chats. This did lead to ambiguity in my message, as it wasn't clear who "your" was referred to. As a result, all members of the group, Mark, Laura, and Diana might have felt unsure about whether they were being addressed or unfairly held accountable, causing frustration. 2. Tone and framing of the message. Without norms guiding how to structure group messages, my statement might have come across blunt or accusatory, even if that wasn't my intention. This could make others feel criticized, especially in a collaborative setting. 3. Accountability practices. If the group lacks clear norms and deadlines and how they should be tracked or communicated, messages like mine may seem abrupt or out of context. Members may feel blindsided by reminders that don't align with agreed upon processes. A norm requiring regular updates on task boards or a shared platform for tracking responsibilities, for example, Google Documents or a project board that updates electronically and is made available immediately, would keep everyone aligned and make sure that these reminders are not being sent or streamlined more often. Response expectations. The absence of norms may also mean that members don't know how or when to respond to such messages, creating additional stress and frustrations. By not setting these norms, the group lacked a shared understanding of how to communicate and collaborate, which made the message appear unclear, abrupt, or even critical. Establishing norms like naming an individual, framing messages positively, and using shared tools for accountability can prevent such issues and foster smoother and more respectful interactions. Now let's look at how much better this conversation could have gone if we even set a single norm. Now that we saw the difference in establishing even a single norm, we see how different that conversation is. Now, I do want to mention, I don't know if anyone else saw it, but in that first thread that was originally for Laura, as we learned through the second message, she did not reply. She was one of the only persons that did not reply in that original text where everyone was frustrated and there was a ton of miscommunication. But in this second one, when I addressed the email at Laura to specifically name who I was reaching out to, Mark and Diana knew to not enter themselves in that group chat to allow for Laura to have the time to respond. And when she did respond and let us know what was going on, it was so much easier. Now, that change is incredible. This is why norms are so important. Now, norms to establish in a group, I would most likely say for just the beginning of it, because things will continue to change and evolve as your group learns from each other. Now, the norms to establish primarily are communication etiquette, response time, attendance and participation, and conflict resolution. Now, communication etiquette means using a clear and concise language, avoiding offensive or unprofessional language, respecting turn taking during discussions. And now, if a text is directed to an individual, ensuring that message aligns with the individual to emphasize that only one person is addressed. Response times. Setting expectations for how quickly members should respond to messages, emails, or tasks. Attendance and participation. Being present and attentive during virtual meetings. Actively participating and contributing to discussions or tasks. And in our text example, where norms were not discussed or set, Laura was never active in that conversation. This led to further miscommunication or frustration. Had we set a norm that said, within 10 minutes, everyone should reply to that first text, we would have seen the situation de-escalate in a sense. Laura could have chimed in and said, hi, I'm working on the assignment now and I'll get it completed on time. And then this would have provided more clarity for both Mark and Diana. Conflict resolution. Addressing disagreements professionally and respectfully. Avoiding passive-aggressive or confrontational behaviors in group chats or emails. Establishing norms is incredibly important in virtual groups. It does create a sense of foundation and framework for effective communication, collaboration, productivity, and addresses the unique challenges of working in an online environment. So these are some reasons why norms are so important. Eliminates ambiguity. Norms set clear expectations for behavior and communication, reducing misunderstanding. Defines roles and responsibilities. Members understand their duties and how to interact with others effectively. Standardizes interaction. Norms ensure consistent communication styles, platforms, and timing. Building relationships. Respectful interactions guided by norms help strengthen bonds even in a remote setting. Streamline processes. Norms around deadlines, meeting structure, and decision-making accelerate workflow. Prevents escalation. Established norms guide respectful conflict resolution, as you saw. Let's go ahead and see what else we're working on. Trust. Trust in a group is one of the most important things to have. If there's anything you take away from this seminar, it is trust. Building trust. Now, trust in a virtual group refers to the belief and confidence that members have in each other's reliability, competence, integrity, and willingness to work collaboratively, even in the absence of physical interactions. Now, this is the foundation of an effective teamwork and plays a critical role in overcoming the inherent challenges of virtual collaboration. I have some listed. Reliability, competence, integrity, and willingness to collaborate. Now, reliability is when a group will follow through on commitments, meet deadlines, and deliver quality work. Competence is the belief in the skill and ability of team members to fulfill their responsibilities. Integrity is the assurance that members are honest, ethical, and transparent in their actions. Willingness to collaborate. This is the belief that all members are equally invested in achieving the group's objective. In virtual groups, trust is especially crucial because there is that lack of face-to-face interaction that does make it harder to establish rapport, interpret intentions, and confirm commitment. I want you to go ahead and watch this next video. I find that it demonstrates the importance of trust in a group. Okay, after we watch those videos, let's go ahead and talk about what we saw. Now, both videos are a great example of how trust is important in a group. One of them shows a fully functional clock, shows the inside, the gears, and how it ultimately creates what it needs to do. It achieves its pathway and its plan to be a clock. Now, our second one, although we don't see the things that are happening inside, we do know that there is a sense of miscommunication and things are out of sync. This is important. This shows exactly why trust is important in a group. Without it, we could have what number the second video showed. Now let's remember the clock analogy we spoke about earlier in the seminar. Just like a clock needs all its parts to work in harmony, a virtual team depends on each member to function smoothly. If one gear isn't working well or is out of sync, the entire clock might not tell time properly, or in this case, might explode. Each team member is like a gear, responsible for their own piece of the puzzle. If each person trusts that the other person will do their part, everything runs smoothly. But if one gear is misaligned or unreliable, it does create friction and the whole system suffers. In a clock, gears rely on each other to keep time. In a virtual team, members must trust each other to meet deadlines, communicate effectively, and contribute to the group's objectives. Trust between gears, or peoples, ensures that the clock keeps ticking and the group stays on track. So just as a clock needs its gears to trust one another and work in sync, a virtual team requires trust between members to ensure collaboration, efficiency, and success. Now, building trust in a virtual group requires intentional effort and clear communication. Here are some strategies. Set clear expectations. Foster open communication. Be consistent. Show respect and empathy. Celebrate success and acknowledge efforts. Create a safe space. Trust grows over time, but with these practices, virtual teams can develop stronger and more collaborative relationships. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for your active participation in today's seminar on how to work effectively in virtual groups and relating to others. Your engagement and contributions truly made this session very impactful. As we explore today, understanding roles, establishing clear norms, and most importantly, building trust are essential elements for fostering strong, collaborative virtual teams. I hope the tools and strategies shared will help you build even more success and meaningful connections in your virtual workspaces. Remember, just like the gears of a clock, every individual has a vital role to play in making a group function effectively. It is through trust and mutual respect that we can truly work in harmony, regardless of time zones and distance. Although my team wasn't able to attend the seminar, I want to acknowledge how their absence actually became a great learning opportunity for all of us, including myself. It highlights the importance of reliability, accountability, and communication. These are essential elements when working in a virtual environment. Sometimes the lessons we learn come from challenges we face. Their absence allowed us to step up and explore how to adapt, reassess our norms, and be more flexible, which are all important qualities for thriving in virtual group settings. In a way, this experience definitely reinforced the very principles I shared in the seminar, that trust, adaptability, and clear communication are keys to overcoming obstacles, especially in a virtual team. Even though we miss their presence today, the situation presented an opportunity to reflect and refine how we, as a team can improve our collective effectiveness. Thank you again for your time, enthusiasm, and commitment to learning together. I look forward to seeing how you apply these ideas in your own teams and continue the conversation about how we can all work better together. The sources of information and video used in this presentation come as follows. Communicating in Small Groups, Principles and Practices, book by John T. Masterson and Stephen A. Beebe, introduced in my communications class at Glendale Community College. A Bug's Life is a 1998 American animated comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures. The clock videos were found on YouTube by the author Abdul Jakul. Text conversations were created by me. All characters were played by me through the use of different devices. Thank you.